Well, let's go back because you were a really healthy, sporty teenager. You were doing your GCSEs. You wanted to be a chef, so you were doing your catering and hospitality course.
Yeah.
And it all started with an ingrown toenail. Was it your right or left foot?
Right foot.
And then a few weeks later, you discovered one on your left foot. Is that right?
Yeah, basically, yeah. So ever since I had the one done on my right foot, I started to get pain, and the pain was really severe. After weeks of getting it checked by nurses and doctors to make sure it wasn't infected, they then said that they diagnosed me with complex regional pain syndrome.
And what is that? Can you explain to us?
So for me, it was like a burning, stabbing pain, which for me it felt freezing cold, and then obviously that then led to ulcers and other things, but that isn't the same with everyone.
Yeah. We have actually got some photos of what you're going through, because obviously to people at home, they will feel that you've had an ingrown toenail and now you've had your leg amputated. But, I mean, if you're easily affected by photos, we do have to warn you, these are quite graphic. Let's take a look at them now. So this is what was going on with your foot at the time. And obviously a lot of the doctors, they didn't really understand why this was happening. Zoe, I mean, with this CRP syndrome, I mean, it's really hard to diagnose, and there's not really many reasons why it happens, is there?
Exactly. It is extremely rare, and I guess the first thing to say is that most people who are having a minor procedure wouldn't end up with CRPS. But we still don't fully understand why some people get it. But it's usually either a fracture or some trauma, such as a small operation or even a cut to the skin, in some people triggers this very exaggerated, extreme response in which the nervous system, the immune system and the blood vessels behave inappropriately. And usually the symptom, just as Hannah described, is severe pain. It tends to be burning, and they call it hot symptoms initially, and then cold symptoms later on. But it's not very well known, and I have to say, as a GP, I've had one patient who suffered with it, and when she first came to me, she told me that she had it. I'd never heard of it.
Yeah, it is a really, really rare form of disease.
And it seems like, Hannah, Zoe says, it's something that doctors don't know a lot about. They don't know what causes it. But you were the one going through the pain. You were the one living with it. So you made that decision. But what did your friends and family think when you said that you were going to have your leg amputated?
Obviously, at first, they kind of... Obviously, people are a bit sceptical about how wise it is to do that. But then I think when they saw everything I was going through, they soon realised. I think there is like a severe lack of knowledge about the condition amongst healthcare professionals, and I'm working with CRPS UK, which is something we're trying to change.
Oh, amazing.
And one of the things that's really difficult as well is because it's not so well understood, and if doctors don't know about it, the general public don't.
Of course.
Something that Hannah experienced, that a lot of people experience, is that there isn't that sympathy there.
Yeah.
People don't really
because they don't fully
understand, and it actually used to be thought of as a sort of psychosomatic in the mind condition, and what we know now 100% is definitely not.
No.
It is a physical condition, and it's really debilitating.
And the thing is, Hannah, it's very difficult, isn't it, to describe pain when you're asked to describe it. I mean, with toothache, which he suffers with a lot.
Shocker.
They ask, give us a scale of 1 to 10, how much pain are you in? He'll always say 10, and I'm not going to ask you to give it on a scale, but how much pain were you in?
Every day it was constant, relentless, like it would never ever stop. And then obviously if anything touched it, whether it be the wind, rain or someone just brushing my foot, it would be absolute agony.
Do you know what gets me as well? This really started to affect your studies as well. You didn't do as well in your GCSEs that you thought that you were going to get your predicted grades for as well.
Yeah.
The NHS said that they didn't want to amputate your leg. That's not what they wanted to do. So you then made that bold choice to go private, and you paid £5,000 to do this privately yourself.
Yeah.
What happened straight after? You've come around. You know that it's not there no more. How have you been adapting to life? Obviously, because this was just recently. It was earlier this year you had this.
Yeah, in July I had it amputated.
Oh wow! So yeah, very recently.
So the first thing I said to the nurse when I woke up was, "Is it gone?" So basically, I think that sums it up. Really, I was overwhelmed with happiness that it was actually over, and I felt like I could move on, and I knew that I'd be getting a prosthetic leg and things, so could move on with life, really.
So what are your future plans now that the pain's gone, the leg's gone?
But where's the pain gone? Have you got any complications?
No, I don't have any pain anymore at all.
So it's completely the right choice for you?
Yeah, for me it was 100% the right thing to do, yeah.
So what's next for you, Hannah?
So I'd like to go back and study my specialised chef scholarship in Bournemouth, and also I'm training to do para-triathlon.
Amazing.
Yeah, and going back to doing karate as well.
Because you were a black belt, wasn't you?
Yeah.
Before, obviously, but for a good few years back, you were doing black belt. So do you this is what I don't understand about karate. Do you stay at that level?
Yeah, I have done, yeah. And I've recently just gone back to training with all the people that I used to train with, which is great.
And you can see, like, you're happy. You feel, are you back to the old self, do you feel? Yeah,
I feel more like I used to be now, and I'm just so happy that I can move on with everything that I've got planned in the future.
That's amazing. And so the para-triathlon, are we going to be seeing you at the Paralympics in 2020?
That's the plan, hopefully.
Really?
Fingers crossed.
Then we'll have you back on the sofa with your gold medal, having it large.
Definitely, yeah.
If you enjoyed that, there's more of the same right here. And make sure you subscribe so that you never miss the best moments from this morning.